Game that's on the internet, on YouTube, on all the socials, the Wrestling 20 Questions. So we'll get the intro started.
Take a look.
Taking a look. What are we seeing? Alright, it's Wrestling 20 Questions. So, not familiar with it. Wrestling 316 will ask 20 yes or no questions that about a wrestler that Robert Wheeler Gaming has chosen. And I also get 3 hints to try to guess this wrestler. Now, if I can't get it in 19 questions on my 20th question, I have to guess who it is. Will I win? Will I lose? We'll find out. So, do you want me to take the questioning down, or take it?
Take the notes down.
Okay.
Of how many.
Let me get it up.
But I got it ready to go on my phone. As you can see, I use
Okay,
my
I'll
phone
move this way so he doesn't accuse me of cheating, because he tries to say I cheat.
Numero uno.
So question number one.
That's not question number one.
Wrestler, an 80s wrestler.
Let me check. He may have wrestled in the 80s, but he wasn't predominantly popular. But let me see. Like he could have, got his start in the 80s.
Yeah, he could have started in the 80s.
So let me just be sure. No, he did not.
80s. So is he a 90s wrestler?
He is a 90s wrestler.
Okay. Is this person a gimmick wrestler? Like, have it where it's like, Duke the Dumpster Drosy, Repo Man, like those kind of gimmick ones.
Now, here's the thing. I wouldn't say, because during this time they didn't have gimmick wrestlers, but he was used, like, if you were to think of the type of wrestler he was, like, it could be a gimmick, the type of wrestler.
So he's like a jobber, you're saying?
No, he's not. He wasn't a jobber, but like, he could have been considered a gimmick wrestler if it was pre Attitude Era. He could have been his wrestling character could have been a kind of like a gimmick wrestler.
Is this person had multiple characters of him? So basically, so he started out as, let's say, one character, then he left, got changed as another character, then changed to another character, No. Not like changing clothing, but let's say, for example, we'll go Mankind, even though it's not.
Yeah, and then he was also Dude Love.
He was Cactus Jack for a while, then left, came as Dude Love. Now he came as Mankind.
His character during this time in his career did change, but his name stayed the same. So if it was Seth Rollins, it was like Seth Rollins, but his character changed still as Seth Rollins. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like he was Mankind, Dude Love, Cactus Jack. Like his name didn't change, but his character changed. So then it's keeping the same name.
Then it's not the person I was thinking.
Yeah,
because the example I was going to use was what's his face? Like the Godfather. Mm-hmm. He was Papa Shango during the 80s. Then he was Kama. No, he was part of the.
No, but it would be like you think if he was the Godfather as some powerhouse guy, and then he's the Godfather as we know him. Like, that's kind of how this guy's gimmick changed.
Or you're saying Shawn Michaels, where he wasn't like the Heartbreak Kid, but then now he's Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid.
Yeah, like something like that.
Okay, so then that doesn't help.
Yeah, no,
I was thinking it was like Papa Shango.
Yeah, no,
you were saying
it wasn't.
He wrestled.
It's basically 90s. Like when they keep their same name, but they try to change up their character and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. They said it's a 90s wrestler. Mm-hmm. Did this wrestler wrestle in the Attitude Era?
He did, yes.
Did this wrestler wrestle for a WCW?
In WCW?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Never wrestled in WCW.
Never wrestled. He went straight into the WWE during this time.
Oh, so harder to pick.
Yeah, he's never started, he started his career in WWE.
Yeah, because I mean, most of the ones that were in WWE went to WCW, faded out. Like Bret Hart. One started in WWE. Yeah, because there's a lot of one that jump ship.
Mm-hmm.
So if this one's a loyal one, it would have to be HBK. He would one because even Hunter was in WWE. He was as what was it called? Can't think of what it is. I'll think about it later. But you know,
Terrorizing.
Yeah, terrorizing. Yeah. Is this person part of DX?
No.
Okay, so then it's not.
And remember too, you have clues.
I know. Let's see. So it's not part of DX. Is this person part of a tag team or faction?
He was part of a faction.
Part of a faction.
Yes, he was.
Did this person ever wrestle for another company like TNA or AEW?
He wrestled in Impact Wrestling during the 2010s.
I think that. Okay, so then I think, but then I don't know if that person really had a different character. Okay, does this person have a amateur background of wrestling?
I don't think so, but let me check.
Oh well, then it's not this person I'm thinking of.
Because they could have like, oh yeah, briefly, like in college or something.
But this person I was thinking of, which I'll say, you would have already known, was Kurt Angle.
No, no, he wasn't amateur wrestling. He this says, but I don't know if I should give it to you. Maybe I could. They said he started out as a motorcycle racer before becoming a wrestler. So I guess that's your. I guess that's your hint.
No,
but yeah.
Said he's about.
So
who the hell was that?
Remember, you still got a hint too. So
I'm gonna use the hint and don't use that he was a motorcycle racer.
Okay, so
the hint.
After the WWE, he wrestled in Impact Wrestling under his real name. I'll build upon that when you start using it more. Mm-hmm. Well, no, they said he started out as a motorcycle racer. He's not like a. So he's an enthusiast race before he became a wrestler. But yeah, but he wrestled. He wrestled in Impact Wrestling. He beat Daniels at TNA Genesis. Also faced Jeff Jarrett in a Falls Count Anywhere match on Impact Wrestling. He had a short. It was. I'll give you a more clue too. It was a short stint on there. Only lasted about 3 months.
Short stint on what?
On Impact Wrestling, but he only wrestled. He wrestled briefly on there. So he did wrestle in Independence. Mm-hmm. He was still a popular guy there, and he used his real name. So that's your one clue extended.
Okay, so my other question is this person wrestling today?
Let me check. I don't think he is. Because probably kind of old. I mean, he might wrestle. It's just like. But actually, this is interesting.
Okay, I know who it is then.
You already saw it?
No, I didn't see it, but I think I know. Who it is.
Yeah, he just came out of retirement.
Yeah, so I think if it's because if it's the person that you saw from the news, the wrestling news on there, I just saw this one too, and I didn't think he was going to do it. But now that I think, so I think I know who you picked on here.
How would you know who I picked without looking at my phone and without even
your phone because of what I just said? He came out of retirement. If it's this person, so I will get the clue.
Did he come out of retirement? Yes.
Did he have? You said he. Oh well, it was in a. in a faction. I don't know what faction he's been in, but I'll see if it's this person though, because then maybe the faction will come up with me. But did this person get into a feud with Funaki?
Let me check.
You should know it. Then it's not this guy. Then there's Kai and Tai. They got a feud with Kai and Tai.
Not directly with Funaki.
So it was like Kai and Tai?
So it could have been. Funaki was Kai and Tai, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been a feud with Kai and Tai, but it wasn't directly with Funaki alone. So
did this person have a thing where he said, snippy, snippy, or.
that guy didn't say anything about that, but.
Oh, it's not that?
The guy, this wrestler that I'm thinking of, didn't say that snippy thingy. So
yeah, I know, but it was towards the other. Did this guy, when he comes out of the ring, like when he comes out, walks down the aisle in a towel?
Yes.
Okay, I know who it is. And
are you sure? You can take your guess now and try to.
I'm gonna. Because I could guess, but it's not the. What's the record? Do you remember?
No,
it was like 6 or 7.
I don't remember the record, but
yeah, because I could go out on a limb and try it. I'm going to use the second hint. Just to make sure, because I think I know exactly who it is.
I'm debating if I give you this because I believe you already know who it is. So if I give it to you, it would confirm it. You know what? Let's go with it. He was in a faction with Steven Richards.
Was he? Was he in a faction with Steven Richards? Now I'm not for sure, because I don't remember him in a faction with Steven Richards. So I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk it all. Guess this character. If I'm done, then I lost it at because we're on question 9.
Mm-hmm.
So if I get it right, this is I think my record. I don't know if it's the record of. I think you guessed it in 7. But I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna guess it. This person is. Hello, ladies, Val.
Yes. Now I don't know how you got that because I thought of this last week before he even came out of retirement. So I thought of this after because you did The Godfather. So I thought of this after, and I was like, "This one's perfect." And then all of a sudden, you figured it out. But he was in Right to Censor. Was faction.
He in Right? No.
The group included Steven Richard, Bull Buchanan, The Good Father, and Ivory. He was part of Right to Censor.
I don't remember him part of it. I remember Ivory and because remember and The Good Father, but I don't remember
he was
him.
In his suit and tie. And,
I don't remember him.
Oh, he was. And that's where I was telling you about his character transition from like a ladies' man, a playboy to Right to Censor.
No, I get that. So the only reason why I knew then
because you saw
when it was Val Venus was when I said, "Does this person wrestle today?" And you said, "Let me check," and you said he just came out of wrestling.
Yeah,
I saw a thing on one of the wrestling channels that I was watching that I think it was on Twitter that they showed that he came out of retirement to wrestle in this one independent match, and he was fighting. They're like, "Oh, look, he looks pretty good," but he said he wasn't going to really wrestle unless it was like worth it. I think it was like for like MLW or some kind of thing.
This, like yeah. So this says it was Independent Stars of Pro Wrestling. He wrestled just on July 23rd.
Yeah. So I saw that when it came out on this. So that's why I was like, maybe it's this guy then. And then when I was asking the questions on it, I thought the faction you were talking about was Pretty Mean Sisters.
No.
Because I thought he was part of that.
See, and that's the thing, though, is you said you were on the right track. You said with Funaki, but he was part of Kai and Tai. So technically, it wasn't Funaki. Yeah, it was part of Kai and Tai. Yeah. So when you said that whole thing, you were correct. It was just the fact that
I can't think of the other guy.
Takamichinoku,
yeah, and Funaki. Yeah. It was Takamichinoku. He had the feud with not Funaki.
But remember, Val Venus was flirting with Yamaguchi-san's wife.
Yep.
And so that's why they did that whole thing. But Val Venus, I thought if you didn't get it, I was going to be like, hello.
That's crazy though, because he never went to WCW.
No, so when I was looking at that, they basically said that he
Impact Wrestling briefly.
Yeah, so they said he debuted in 1998 strictly as an Attitude Era guy.
Yeah.
His main entire roster run was from 98 to the mid 2000s, and he never wrestled in WCW. He came straight to WWE in 98 and stayed there until pretty much he wrestled under his real name Sean Morley in Impact Wrestling in 2010.
I don't remember that.
Very briefly lost to Jeff Jarrett. About 3 months it said it lasted, and he does not have an amateur wrestling background.
Yeah, well, I was the first thinking it was Kurt Angle because of how he went to Impact.
I mean, good guess. Now, I was telling you, I didn't
that holds the record for me.
I didn't think about it as him wrestling. Like, after we were doing this, I was like, oh, Val Venus would be a cool one. We never chose. And so I was like, preparing, I got this, I'm going to stump you. And then, you looked at my notes and
what's good about it is now we're still tied.
Yeah.
Because you guessed, for some reason, I don't know how you guessed it.
Yeah.
Off Snow on the 20th one. But yeah, I mean, if you didn't say he came out of retirement to wrestle, I would not have guessed it.
I didn't know until I looked it up. Like, I didn't know
what gave it away is because
I didn't know he came out of retirement.
Seeing it on like Twitter, either on his channel or it was on some other wrestling channel that they were saying, "Oh, look, Val Venus." Because
I know
is
a lot of these guys are like semi-retired, so I don't know if they retired, come out, retirement, things like that. But I know that they're briefly retired.
Like, I didn't know if he had like a wrestling school or whatever, and then he's coming out to do like. Promoted kind of like a Gangrel and stuff.
But don't you remember? You don't remember him as Right to Censor?
I do not remember him in Right to Censor. I remember Ivory. I remember Bull Buchanan briefly that he was in there, and I remember the Godfather as the Good Father in there. I don't remember Val Venus in there. I remember Stephen Richards, but don't remember Val Venus was in there.
But that was all of them. That's what he looked like. Remember, they all came out in ties.
I know that they all came out in ties.
That was him.
He's the white sheep of it. But like, I don't remember Val Venus being in it.
The Good Father.
Everybody else but him. That's what's crazy. So when you said the faction, I thought it was like
it's part of a faction. What's crazy though too is you didn't even ask if he wanted a world title, anything like that. Like,
no, because I was leaning towards because if it was like Kurt Angle, I would have said, okay, he won the world title because, like, he was not a gimmick wrestler on there, which I should have said instead of a gimmick wrestler, I should have said, did he have a catchphrase? I would have probably been easier. Yeah.
And you got to remember, too, like I said, his character transition, as you were talking about with his character, it was like, I'm a ladies' man, too. I ain't going to do that anymore because it's right to censor.
But I mean, like, the catchphrase would have been easier. So, like, when we picked Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and I said he had a catchphrase, and you didn't know what the catchphrase, and it was like, like that. His would have been, hello, ladies, would have been his catchphrase. Or like, if it was Booker T, we'd be like, can you dig it? Like that.
So he had a catchphrase. I thought Right to Censor was a pretty interesting faction because it was like a bunch of wrestlers.
It was just annoying with the entrance with that.
It was annoying with that, but it was like a bunch of wrestlers where they're it's kind of like what they did with New Day. It was like, you didn't know what to do with these guys and put them all together.
I thought Val Venus was in CM Punk's one.
No.
Because they had that girl that shaved her head.
Yeah, no, that wasn't him.
Who was the other guy that was in
I don't remember. It was very, very briefly that CM Punk had that.
CM Punk had his cult that he was having when he was on it.
But
that's what I was thinking. It was like maybe something like that.
That was a good job, good guess on that one.
Jackie joined the Right to Censor too?
No, that's Ivory. No, she was the
Jackie never did
it was only Ivory. And the thing was in my mind I thought it was only like 3 people. I didn't know Bull Buchanan was in there.
Like, I remember Bull was the original.
I don't remember Bull Buchanan being in there.
But then I thought that they like dropped him and then they put the Good Father in there. And then I only remember, like I told you, like I only remember the Good Father, Stephen Richards, and Ivory in there. I remember Bull Buchanan at the beginning, but then like he faded out. I don't remember what happened. I don't remember Val Venus joining him on there because I only remember the feud with Val Venus when he was with like Kai and Tai.
Going up against Kai and Tai,
Up against Kai and Tai, and then he was messing with like Gold Dust and stuff like that.
Yeah, nope.
And like that, I don't remember the right to
because I remember I believe he did win the Intercontinental title as.
I think he did win it with the.
I think he won it without right to censor. Yeah. I think it's Val Venus, but I think they did win a couple titles as like Intercontinental, European, things like that as right to censor because. You put this group together like that. I think like Ivory won the women's champion at that time too. Mm-hmm. So it was like they had to win some titles, but just not the world title. So
yeah, but I mean that was a good pick you picked.
Well, because I got it from last week, but I didn't think if you didn't come out of retirement, you never got it.
You did not say the retirement thing. I probably would not have got it because I was not leading towards.
I wasn't thinking about it either.
Venus at all until you said that because I just recently, like a couple days ago. Yeah. Saw that news on it and I was like, oh, that's good for him because he's mostly just like, reviewing wrestling things and talking about it, kind of like Steven Richards does.
Yeah, no, I haven't even seen, like, I didn't even hear anything about it. I just chose that person. I was focused on it for a week to be like, I'm going to gather some notes, talk about it, put it, like put it all together, research it as we go and things like that. So, and, a lot of times too in this, like, I think of the wrestler, but I don't know 100% like everything about that wrestler because sometimes they're not as common, sometimes they are.
Yeah, and sometimes like you'll ask a question that you think you know, but you have to look it up to be 100% sure because you don't want to.
Because I don't want to give you the wrong.
Say that there, and then you're like, wait a minute, he did win the European champion. Remember, he won it against this person, and you're like, oh, did he?
Yeah. So I mean, if anybody watching, it's like you see you're doing your research, but you just want to be sure. Like I know Val Venus was in right to censor, and that was like the whole theme. And
you knew that I did not, so I was leading towards a different.
Do you remember? Extra credit. Do you remember the name of his finisher move?
The money shot.
The money shot. Yeah. You come up on a rope
just a frog splash.
Basically, just do one of those.
But yeah, that's it. With the show today, were you able to guess it early, or was that out of retirement shot the one that you were able to guess it, or you had no clue? Like, let us know in the comments below. But that was Wrestling 20 Questions. If you like that, just like and subscribe so we'll do more of these. But like all podcasts there, I'm Dark Knight 316. This is Robert Wheeler Gaming, and we'll see you on the next one.
God bless you guys. Take it easy.
Take it easy.
And right to censor, huh? I can't believe it.